Hi everyone, it's me, B at Kelly Sunflower. So I thought I'd hop on today and do a requested unboxing of this newly released Oracle deck. And it's called the Mary Magdalene Oracle by Megan Watterson, and it's illustrated by Moondube. Now the creator of this deck, or the author of this deck, she's also done a book, which I've got an audio book. I think it's called Mary Magdalene Revealed. I will add a link to the paperback version in the description bar at the end of this video. So I'm sure they must work in conjunction. So let's have a look at the back of the box. The Mary Magdalene Oracle is about a vision of radical love that formed long before Christianity became a formal religion. Long before Mary's gospel was excluded, destroyed and buried. It's a vision of a beloved community that risked their lives to recognize each other as equals, innately worthy of love, no matter their status within the Roman Empire. And it's about a vision that Christ gave Mary to give to us, then and now, to see less with the ego and more with the eye of the heart. In this stunning oracle, Harvard-trained feminist, theologian Megan Watterson leads us through Mary's last teachings to integrate the profound love from her gospel into a daily spiritual practice. And this deck is published by Hay House. So let's take off all the plastic covering. So it comes in a beautiful pull-off box, and it's got those fun parts where you can just lift it off. It's a bit stiff, but maybe because it's new. So inside it says, "Love has already won." So let's have a look at there's a symbol on the other side of the box. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means. And it's also the symbol for the back of the cards. Okay, so let's have a look at the guidebook first. So this guidebook is 95 pages. I'm going to give you other products that have been created by this author. So there's Mary Magdalene Revealed, that's the book I was telling you about, that, and it's called The First Apostle, Her Feminist Gospel and the Christianity We Haven't Tried Yet. Then there's the Divine Feminine Oracle, How to Love Yourself and Sometimes Other People. That's spiritual advice for modern relationships. And then there's a sacred manual for getting spiritually naked. So the contents has an introduction, the Mary Magdalene Oracle, works cited, about the author and about the artist. So it's got dedications here. So look at the introduction. I hope it's not too long. Okay, so my intention for the Mary Magdalene Oracle is to distill the secret teachings from the Gospel of Mary into a personal spiritual practice. I want us to be able to apply the ancient wisdom Mary shares in her gospel to our everyday lives. I received countless loving messages which move me with the truth-telling they contain from people all over the world, sharing how healed and validated they felt by reading Mary's gospel. From a young woman healing the trauma of conversion therapy to a Benedictine monk who has lived in a monastery for decades, so many diverse seekers experience a life-enduring shift from encountering Mary's voice directly in her own words, in her own gospel. The Mary Magdalene Oracle addresses a deep hunger so many of us feel to not only be able to know Mary legend and secret teachings, more intimately, but also then put the radical love that her gospel reveals into a daily practice. This oracle leads us card by card through the spiritual teachings of the Gospel of Mary, as well as a pivotal moments in legend of Mary's life. Each of the 44 cards reveal key aspects of the spiritual transformation that ancient Christianity was so concerned to inspire within us, moving us from separation or ideas of the self as a separate representation in the 7 powers of ego to the ultimate freedom of remembering the soul. We're going to talk about a bit about the Gospel of Mary. Mary Magdalene, the 7 powers, intersectional feminism, soul voice meditation, radical trust, the vision of this oracle. So let's just see. Okay, so I think for each card, it gives you the keyword and a blurb, which is quite back, almost 2 pages. And then soul voice meditation. So I'm assuming that this symbol, which is at the back of the cards and the back of the box, is possibly a meditation symbol. So I think it goes for each of the 44 cards. No pictures, just text. It also gives you sightings or works cited about the author, about the artist. Let's just give you some Hay House information. Okay, so let's have a look at the cards. So let's just... Oh, I'm going to have to take this off. So these are the backs of the cards. They're not reversible, and I'm still intrigued to know what this symbol means. You know, maybe when I read the book it will explain it. But in terms of size, if I compare it to my Urbana Weight Tarot deck, you can see it's a lot bigger. This is basically an oracle size. Okay, so let's this. So, the first card, the first power, darkness makes vision possible. The second power, I trust what my soul desires. The third power, humanity is my greatest strength. Fourth power, I am beloved. That's got like a very sun card energy to me. The fifth power, I am body and soul. The seventh power, the body never lies. Isn't that a beautiful picture? The seventh power, anger is information. The Alpha and Omega, every ending is a new beginning. Angels, I have never been alone. The Anointed, I rise with only more soul. Ascension, farthered up is further in. Oh, that's a beautiful picture. Beloved, love never ends. The breath, I reclaim my soul. The cave, sanctuary exists within. The cave of eggs, we exist in and with each other. Christ, Love knows only mercy. Oh, isn't that a beautiful picture of Christ? It's lovely. The cross. I am anchored in love. The dove. The body never lies. Spirit speaks through the body. The egg. Everything comes from within. The eye of the heart. We contain the treasure. Freedom. I am called here to be free. Golden light. Healing comes from within. The good. I am inherently good. The heart. I carry a cathedral within me. Judgment. The whole point is to be human. The legacy. Love is always legendary. Mary Magdalene. Isn't that beautiful? Love only ever expands. Presence. I exist innately. The red thread. Good recognizes good. Remembering. I know who I am. Resurrection. The ego dies and the soul rises. The rose. I trust divine timing. Sacred worth. I am worthy of love. 7. Vision comes from within. Silence. I speak from my heart. The skull. Love has already won. The soul. I am free. Soul work. I am in service of love. It's beautiful. Surrender. I am in good hands. Testimony. Love is stronger than death. The true human. I am fully human and fully divine. True love. All exists through love. Union. Myself and soul are one. Witness. I am fully seen. Isn't that beautiful? And the back of the cards, to me, it's like a picture frame. It's like this symbol is framed in a gold picture frame. Let's give the cards a shuffle to see how they shuffle. The sides are not edged, and it's just usual Hay House kind of matty kind of cardstock. I'm going to pull a card and I'm going to read it from the book. Oops. So my card for today says resurrect in this life, and the key word is resurrection. The ego dies and the soul raises. So I'm going to read what it says in the book. The Gospel of Philip is an ancient Christian scripture that was excluded in the formation of the Bible, along with the Gospels of Mary Magdalene and Thomas, as well as the Acts of Paul and Theresa. Among others, it contains a very different understanding of what it means to resurrect than the more literal, traditional Christian interpretation of it. Resurrection in the Gospel of Philip and according to the ancient Christians is something that happens ideally all throughout our lifetime. The Gospel of Philip explains you must awaken while in this body, for everything exists in it. Resurrect in this life. The Christians of the first century or the Christian movement practice kenosis, self-emptying love, which releases all attachments to the powers of the ego that have us caged in some form of fear or self-doubt. We let the ego die so that the soul can raise. The way the soul can evolve right here in the human body. The myth of the phoenix always comes to the mind with the word resurrection. It's the myth of a magical bird that endures an endless cycle of burning up in flames and then emerging reborn from the ashes. Resurrection here is not about what comes in the next life. Resurrection is about what we can practice right now in this body, in this life. We can awaken to the potential of transformation with every tragedy or disappointment or loss in the life, and see everything that happens as a change for the soul to rise. We can see each death we go through as a change to resurrect more entirely present in this soul of love within us that survives every fire. Die to what the ego tells you that you have to do, or what you have to be, or who you should have loved, or who you should have left. Die to the ego telling you you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, you're not right for this vision. You had a long ego for your life. Die to the ego telling you it's too late, you're too old or too young to live straight from your heart. Die to the voice of the ego and let the soul resurrect only ever louder. Soul voice meditation. What ego thought can I let go in this moment? So that's what it says in the book. It's quite long and it's quite a deep deck. So what are my first impressions? I really like it. I like the keywords. I like the collage imagery. It's a very inclusive deck. I think it's just wonderful. Can't give you a proper opinion until I've worked with the deck. But what I can say is I think this deck is going to be more about working on myself rather than to be given readings for other people. When I was trying to find the explanation of the card in the guidebook, it was quite difficult because it doesn't list the contents doesn't list each card by page. So I had to look at it in alphabetical order, which is a bit of a faff. But it's a beautiful deck. It's got really nice energy to it. I love the artwork and I'm looking forward to working with this deck. But as I said, it's going to be more about working on me. So I will add links in the description bar. So thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.